Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Nioh. I'm the Mysterious JG. Good morning to ya. Top of the morning to ya. No, I got a night's sleep. Thank goodness we live in the modern day where you can put your PS4 in power save mode overnight and come back to the same position. This would have been a very frustrating position to be stuck in an NES game. So I went ahead and I did watch a YouTube video. I suppose I can give credit to the person who put up the video. Give me 1 second to get out of my recording window and get over to that tab. Distortion 2, who's got some kind of fat, shy guy with dining utensils as his avatar. He put up a video of... oh no, that's the speed run. That's the wrong video. Well, never mind. Distortion 2 did a speedrun. And he had impressive skills, but I don't even know. This is Dark Souls 2. Never mind. This has absolutely nothing to do with anything because my YouTube auto played into something else on my queue and has nothing to do with... Never mind. But I watched a video. The deal is... Yeah, so this room here, I'd come up here... There were really two places I noticed where this room, it's like, well, there's a guy here waiting to ambush you, and there's an enemy over here, but there really doesn't seem to be anything to do in this room. And I found that suspicious. There was also a room earlier where we go into a room full of explosive barrels, and there's a guy up above who shoots down at us, but there's no way to get up. Now, if you go to that room, it kind of looks like there's a crack where you can... At some point, that path where that enemy is standing will be the exit route. But this room in particular was like, there's something going on there. I can't figure out what. Well, what's going on is that apparently there was an explosive barrel that we were supposed to hit. And when we didn't hit it, we were supposed to blow it up. And it was going to blow up the wall because I tried attacking that wall over and over and over. You can't blow it up. It has to be blown up by you exploding a barrel. So that seems kind of bullshit to me. Because you fight through the room and you do stuff and you don't notice that that barrel's destroyed and suddenly you can't freaking deal with the room. I don't know. That seems like kind of cheap design. But, whatever. Now I'm trying to figure out... I've got myself turned around again already. It didn't take long, but, trying to figure out what the shortest path is from that room to one of these bad boys. This is probably the one that I'm going to want to use. Because we got to reset everything. I'm fairly close to leveling up. We're going to have to reset everything and clear that room without, of enemies, without letting the door... So I was on the right track. I knew something was going on in that room, and eventually I even noticed, hey, there's a freaking green symbol in here as though something's going on. I hate the flaming wheel monk enemies kind of a lot. Oh, this is the wrong way. I don't need to come here. Didn't need to come here. Oh, well. But yeah, what this basically means is that I'm going to have to fight through a whole bunch of the level over again to get that Kadama. Even though I painstakingly cleared the whole level so I could explore at my leisure. But it's okay. It's okay. That probably means that by the time I get to the end of the level, I'll have leveled up again. Right in time for the boss. Just what the path of least resistance back to that room is, I seem to refuse to be able to remember. But somewhere along the way here... I'm gonna find a stairs up. And then I need to figure if I can just change my shortcuts and equip an explosive, or if I can just actually use one as an item, or maybe I can even shoot it with a bullet. Like, what's actually going to blow up that wall and get us what we need to advance. Because again, there's something about this map. I absolutely refuse to remember the most efficient way to get around to this map. Like, it will not stay in my head. I had a little bit of flavored water and flipped through some political news, but that's the only thing I've done. Like, I was playing this game, I went to bed, I got some sleep, I woke up, glass of water, a little political news, waiting for it to be time for my weekend. So I'm waiting for it to be time for my favorite Chinese restaurant to open up for lunch, so I can walk down there, get some takeout, bring it back, have like a lazy kind of weekday or weekend afternoon. But no, I mean, I'm fully rested. I should be as capable as ever of figuring out this freaking level design, and I can't do it. My mind will not retain the knowledge. It just won't. Well, I'm going to have to fight you anyway at some point, so might as well get on top of it. Screw you, man. That's not how you're... That wasn't fair at all. You totally didn't react according to the pattern that I was expecting you to follow. That's bullshit. So I could have sworn it's somewhere over here. I seem to refuse to be able to locate it again, but somewhere over here, there are stairs going up. I feel like I'll have a little bit better luck finding my way to the end of the level when that time comes. I don't want to go down. I feel like down is the wrong way, but maybe you got to go down and then back up. But no, I really think this is the way you get out of that pitfall drop. Now I'm over here in that zone with the that enemy sliding around in the walls back and forth. The big gelatinous dude with like built-in wappets. Was it over here somewhere? Yeah, I knew that was there. Well, while I'm over here, I vaguely remember this up along this wall, somewhere like that, is there was a passage that... Okay, this is the room. I didn't have to blow up that. No, there's... Okay, so there's stuff over there I got to explode. Got hand cannon ammunition. This is the thing. They don't... it's not lit up like shooting it with this is going to explode it. Let's get rid of the poison shuriken for a second and go with Kayakadama. And that destroys the wall. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know, they don't blow up from just a regular gunfire. At least they weren't marked as though they do. Are you supposed to go around blowing up switching your equipment, mind you, because you're not really required to have anything that'll do that. I mean, I gotta call bullshit. So let me get my poison shuriken back. You can see those little guys, which are easy to come across, fairly easy to come across. But you can see that there was a tiny little explosion. That doesn't seem like it's that useful in combat. But we got a whole new little zone to explore here. And this is the place where I hopped into that room there, and there was a guy up here attacking me, and I couldn't figure out how to reach him. So those two last little remaining mysteries are connected, and they're right next to each other. All this mission's Kadama spirits have been guided to the shrine. So at long last, long national nightmare is still not quite over, because we haven't even fought the boss yet. That's right, we still need to deal with Springsteen and Sasha Banks. The boss and boss connection. WWE fans, is Hug and Boss Connection, or Boss and Hug Connection, or whatever I like Sasha Banks. I like Bailey as characters, okay, but is that not the worst fucking name for a tag team? It's just terrible. You know, what was wrong? Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, awesome tag team. They didn't need to be called the Bald and Not As Bald Connection. Ah, shit. It's all going to hell. Well, I'm going to hit a Kadama Shrine when I get to the boss, closer to the boss's zone anyway, so... You jerk! You did this animation like you were pulling out your sword, but you weren't really. So, I guess I just misread the signals, but... Damn. I'm not doing well at all. Okay, for a minute I thought I was about to get really messed up there. So I didn't really quite do the normal stun lock routine on him. I don't know what this background noise is here, but whatever. This door is down, which should mean that it's the fastest way to progress, because there was a door that you have to unlock from the other side. This gets us to a different staircase up, which hopefully doesn't have a boulder trap. Yeah, we're gonna drop down somewhere and end up on these stairs, but Okay, going to drop down right here, this zone where we normally hide out. Oh no, we're skipping almost all of that. Matter of fact, I believe if we go this way, that's the stairs to the boss. So we skipped quite a bit. I need to find the shrine. I need to find the path that connects the shrine to the boss room without any trouble between, and I believe there is one. I'm just not 100% sure where the shrine is. There are a few enemies around here. Quite a few of the enemies around here we're not repeating. Here we go. This is it. I do not know exactly what kind of enemy I'm fighting here. I don't know a whole lot about this enemy. Oh, this thing actually has an Amarita boost. Well, I think I'll stick with the key boost. I don't know enough about this enemy's elemental attacks and weaknesses to plan any particular strategy, so I'm just going to stick with the thing that gives me a little bit of boost to my key, because key is pretty much always good. Don't think there's ever really a situation in game where you wouldn't want key. Let's get our debuffs on, our buffs on. Hope that these don't wear off during whatever cinematic we get, if we get a cinematic. Oh, it's a nice dark room where I won't be able to tell what's going on. Great. I don't like this guy. I don't even remember your name, though. You have, like, no personality at all. Oh, you're trying to revive Nobunaga, are you? I did not think I was fighting Nobunaga yet. Catman.
You again. I was so close.
I was edging. Wait, sorry. I didn't talk about that. Generic man. He's not generic man. It's Daniel Boone and his bar. He's just teleporting around. Great. Get hit with that. I know that from experience when I used to use that build. Gosh, damn. I was doing alright for a minute, but then that stopped. Well, I'm really obsessed with trying to poison him for some reason. Yeah, blocking this stuff is getting me in all sorts of trouble. And I haven't even tried slowing him down yet. Don't know what that bear does, but I imagine it's not going to help me out any. Shit. Done something really dumb, which is forget how the living weapon works. Because he's almost finished, and I might as well use it. Mission complete. So, I believe I know who this is, but let's let the game tell us. Because I've forgotten his actual name anyway. The historical figure. I'm curious to see what language he speaks, if he's who I think he is. I don't think he spoke English. He might have been, like, speaking French or something. I don't really know the character that well, historically.
I dreamt of becoming a samurai.
Okay, English.
So that I could fight for Lord Nobunaga. Who do you fight for? That spirit?
Sort of, I suppose. I fight for Brian Baru.
I have met men who have fought, struggled, and died to create a world without war. Where people and spirits can coexist in harmony. I fight for them.
I fight for spirit. Equal rights for spirits. Well, that sounds better than most of these guys.
Told me that he would make me a true samurai someday.
A true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
But he died before it could happen. It seems you have achieved it on your own.
Well, we had it rough in Ireland, but despite the expression I won't repeat here, not really as rough as you.
Country in bondage. Treated like property. But then, my lord Nobunaga granted me the title of samurai. But I couldn't save him. Like the snake man said, I believe only my lord could
Ew, he's
rule a
tonguing
world
him.
as crazy as this one. But does he really want to be resurrected?
Well, not sure that he wants anything. It depends on whether you believe in the afterlife. Let's ask a wise old cowboy. Did we just kill you? I guess we probably did fight to the death, didn't we?
He was an exceptional man. None can know his true feelings.
No can know his true feelings. Well, sorry I had to kill you. Possessed by Atlas Bear via Spirit Division. So there you go. After all that nonsense with finding the Kodama, he was actually a very straightforward boss. I feel like despite having used the Sloth Talisman to defeat him, and maybe not on the first try, and maybe that he had some tricks up his sleeves that we never saw, I kind of feel like I could have beaten him without that crutch. But to my mild shame, I don't actually remember that character's name. He appears in one of the most recent Nobunaga's Ambition game, which frankly I want to sit down and play Nobunaga's Ambition again, actually. But he appears in the most recent Nobunaga's Ambition game, or maybe he doesn't, because actually I haven't played the most recent Nobunaga's Ambition game. It was some game for mobile phones, but as like one of those optional, if you win the game once, they give you a bunch of characters that you can throw in there who aren't just by default playable, I think. Because this guy is weird. Oh, don't carry that joke through to conclusion. I'm referring to an episode of Drunk History, and I was about to go in a direction that would get me in real trouble. Drunk History of Lincoln, but anyway. No, but this character whose name I don't remember. Well, I don't know if the name they use for him in Nobunaga's Ambition is actually historically an accurate name for him anyway. Because I don't think history records what his actual African name is. He was given a name in Japan because basically I think this is something where like missionaries or traders or Europeans owned this guy and they brought him to Japan, and Nobunaga saw him, and Nobunaga had obviously never seen a black man before and was just kind of taken with them. Like, Nobunaga was somebody who lived on an island and was fascinated by, he never left Japan as far as I know, and he was fascinated by the world outside of Japan. everything about the world outside Japan fascinated Nobunaga, and a black person was just like, holy shit, this is not something I ever dreamed existed. And according to legend, he attempted to wipe the black off of this guy's face, and because he thought it was some kind of trick, but he was just really enamored with him. And they basically gifted this guy to Nobunaga, which is troubling in and of itself in the 21st century, thinking about this story. But Nobunaga treated him far better than he'd ever been treated, by Europeans, and made him a lord, I guess. And there's not a whole lot in recorded history. I mean, like they say, he became a lord, and there's some folks who try to hold it up as this really cool story. It's the kind of thing that games like Nioh, that take a lot of license with history, throw in a lot of real history, but take a lot of license with it. You could make a really interesting story about a character like this, but in actual history, I don't know that he was treated as a samurai by other samurai. I can't sit here and say with any authority that he was treated like Nobunaga's pet, but one extreme would be that he was like Nobunaga's pet curiosity that he kept around because he thought he was interesting, and the other extreme would be that he was a noble samurai who was treated with the exact same level of respect that would be due to any other samurai, and the truth probably falls somewhere between those two poles. But he's an interesting character, and I was kind of wondering when he would show up in this game, and eventually had it kind of spoiled that, I think he might be this boss you fight near the end of the game. I mean, he would be a good character to play as in like a sequel to Nioh. He's the kind of character who, like, I'm kind of surprised Japan, not Koei, Tecmo-Koei specifically, but Japan and their pop culture kind of sometimes doesn't do that great in portraying characters of African descent. There are examples I could point you to. You're probably already aware of them. I thought that was pretty good because he came across, they gave him an African accent, but not one that was, and it was kind of a modern African accent. I don't know that that's what this guy would have spoken like. Like I said, I don't even know if he was an English speaker, a French speaker, or what. He spoke Dutch. One of the most innovative new shows, Dutch. But yeah, that was a respectful presentation of that character, but at the same time, they didn't spend a ton of time on him. It's super touchy for video games to go back and do stuff with African characters during the era of slavery. Like, I don't remember the character's name, but the first mate in Assassin's Creed Black Flag is, you don't spend that much time worrying about his backstory because it is kind of difficult to believe that he's gotten to where he's gotten, considering the disadvantage that he would face in that society. But at the same time, he's on a pirate ship. It kind of makes sense. But it all goes out the window when you get to the DLC, Freedom's Cry, because you're playing as the African character. You're liberating slaves. And it's like, suddenly, by the way, he has ninja assassin skills. We're not really going to explain how that happened because it kind of doesn't make sense. But yeah, I think it would be cool if there was actually more video games about this guy, because Japan loves making video games set in this period of their history. And one of the things I really love about Nioh is the idea that we have, it almost feels like it's custom made for Western audiences who are into Japanese culture, because it's giving us this outsider character looking in at the society from the outside, the way that like Western fans kind of feel like, and the fact that he doesn't talk that much. And the story gives us a perfect explanation for that, too. He doesn't actually speak Japanese. He was gifted the ability to understand it by one of the spirits, so he doesn't talk that much because only a small portion of the characters that he interacts with can understand him when he speaks. So that, I mean, in a way, it's perfect. It's a perfect excuse to have the whole game be in Japanese without a lot of voice acting for Western versus Eastern. I would assume that in the Japanese version of the game, the text is different, but William's English language dialogue is probably in English with subtitles. But anyway, I'm way off track. I like the fact that we meet this character and that he and William seem to have kind of a respectful understanding when they do interact, because I'm always hoping to see this guy pop up in more games than he does. Like, I don't know why he's not playable in Samurai Warriors. Probably because it would get a little dicey to have other characters, get into how other characters would react to him. I don't know. And he's actually a pretty obscure figure in history. It's more of an interesting anecdote. It's not like there's a lot of stories about that guy fighting in glorious battles or whatnot. But at any rate, we have been possessed by Atlas Bear. And the level's over, and I've now filibustered my way towards having a full-length video, but we probably need to see whatever the aftermath of this battle is before I call it a video, because now I call this a one-video morning session, get myself some lunch, and actually decide if I want to Let's Play something else, because, ironically, I'm now way ahead on this series, even though it had a 9-month hiatus. Ishida has cast his lot with a foreigner, and begun using dark magic to transform humans into demons. I hate foreigners, Anjin. There is no room for men such as him in the world of peace that Lord Ieyasu envisions. We must destroy Sawayama Castle and all the hideous secrets within. So your plan... Oh, large soulstone, eh? Highest quality leather cord. So your plan is just destroy all evidence of what happened there. Gotcha. Mission changed to Twilight missions. I should have access to pretty much all the Twilight missions now. Almost all of them. The Bleeding Spider Lily. I feel like I might have even already done that one. So now the Master of the Twin Blades, Mountain of Remorse, Defile the Holy Mountain, those are all done. We appear to have a submission, Ghosts of Sawayama, that we could do. Level 130. We have the Demon King revealed, which is... It's kind of the final main mission. I don't know why I'm spoiling it, but like I kind of feel like I found out in learning about the game that the story sort of resolves here-ish, but there's an epilogue chapter. And then we have the Inheritance. Oh, we got a new Guardian Spirit out of this, so it's almost certainly worth doing. We have 143 out of 225 Odama. Like, that's crazy. I thought that meant that they're tallying up the total Odama available in the game versus what you've got. But unless there are Odama in the DLC, and for some reason I didn't think there were, we're almost done with the game. This suggests that we've got almost 100 more Odama to find, which I don't think is quite correct. At any rate, let's go to the starting point, hit the shrine, and level up, bitches. So we can do body, which gives us a lot more life. This is for speedrunners. I believe, yeah, none of these actually really affect your stamina. So speedrunners will occasionally just quick hit this menu, dump however many levels they've gained all into body to get more hit points, and then keep going. And level up spirit just enough to use whichever guardian spirit they want. Heart is always kind of good because it boosts ki. The problem is I don't know at what levels of heart I'm going to get more samurai skill points, because I do want some more samurai skill points. Strength would give us another samurai skill point, which is good. Skill will also give us another samurai skill point, but it will also increase a lot more stuff for us. Unless I can think of a ninja skill I don't already have that I want, I'm kind of done boosting magic and dexterity. Yeah, unless I think of another skill that I need to buy, I'm done boosting magic and dexterity, I think. So I think I just keep boosting skill and getting better ki pulse. Although honestly, what does ki pulse really do? Affects the initial bonus given for ki recovery from a ki pulse when your attack hits. I don't always even think to use ki pulse. I have a bad habit of using ki pulse after the enemy is defeated when the yokai field is still there and I want it to go away, and not always thinking to use it during battle like I should. So ki and life are the two things that obviously you want to always boost, but life boosts slightly no matter what you level up. Having ki pulse be better than your ki, I don't know what that does, but I do know that I'm getting samurai skill points and boosting almost all of my weapons if I keep increasing skill. Although I'm always using the Kusarigama, so frankly, the fact that I have a sword as my default and I'm always using my secondary, I can't think of a situation where I would switch to my sword at this point. I'm just using the Kusarigama, period. I have a sword equipped because that's what gives me bonus. It's part of my outfit that I'm wearing. My matching set. Off screen, I really need to do inventory management. But since I'm calling it a session, we'll let this video go a little long. Let's see some mission descriptions. So we have Ghosts of Sawayama. The battle at Sawayama Castle has ended, but beneath the castle, the foreigners' loathsome engine still remains. I took them out. There have been reports of some sort of mysterious crystalline things appearing. Such perversions have no place in the coming world of peace. No crystals in our peace world. And so, Sir Engine, I ask that you remove this machine from beneath the castle along with any yokai that may still be there too. Once again, I am shamed by my own powerlessness. There was one who said he saw a certain general from the Osaka faction among the soldiers who fled. Be wary. Okay, so some kind of boss there, or some kind of recurring or revisiting boss. Probably. But we'll get a summoner's candle, so good for us. Then we have the Inheritance. Now that I know he talks like Mitsuhide, I feel like I should do an impression of Mitsuhide, but I don't really do an impression of Mitsuhide from the Samurai Warriors games. This is going back a while, but there is a certain item I accidentally left behind at Hanoji Temple. If you can find it for me, I will give it to you. Will you go and look? But be warned, it seems that a chill air lingers over Hanoji as yokai gather there. Be careful. So this kind of seems like it might be a brand new map, but Guardian Spirit Genbu is probably worth the effort. And Famed Samurai Locks will give me some of those samurai skill points I crave. After that, we have the final mission, sorta kinda, Demon King revealed. Kelly has resurrected the Lord Oda Nobunaga as the Demon King of a new world of ceaseless strife and warfare. It's time to settle things with Kelly once and for all, for our sake, and the sake of everyone you've met since your arrival. Wait. Everyone you've met since your arrival? Wait, is it just showing my picture here, but I'm not actually narrating this? I think that's what's happening. Damn. Anyways. You can see the difference between the little hats for the guys that I found and the guys that I have not. Yeah. Anyway, alright, that's going to be it for this video. I really need to do a little inventory management off screen. But when we come back, it'll be, well, probably submission time. I'll probably deal with the submission in Sawayama Castle just to get it over with. While I still maybe have, I still retain some memory of the map. Excuse me, but probably not really, because I won't remember the map by the next time I play. But, yeah, we've got Ghost of Sawayama, level 130. We've got the Inheritance, level 132. Demon King revealed. All this and more. What level am I actually at? 133. Actually, I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm not over-leveled anymore. Well, maybe I need to level up off screen. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.